welcome to More Than a Few Words, the video version. This morning I'm talking with Melanie. Hey Melanie.
Hi there.
You're going to need to talk louder, they won't hear you. The reason Melanie is chatting with me this morning is I felt like she was the best person to talk about the subject of what to do when your entire world changes, or at least your job world. So what happened here at Round Peg?
Yeah, so my coworker, mentor, supervisor recently left for a new opportunity, you know, sowing his wild oats away from Indianapolis. And, you know, the entire time that I've worked here at Round Peg, I've worked with Peter. And now it's just all about adjusting and finding my way now that he's no longer sitting right beside me.
Absolutely. And this, I think, is a common problem in a lot of organizations where the people that you were working with and the rhythms that you established suddenly change. What advice would you have, having just gone through this, for someone else who's sitting there going, wait a minute, what do I do now?
Yeah, I definitely think that the first step is just having patience for not only yourself, but the situation and also whoever happens to maybe be replacing them, or, you know, a new person sitting beside you. So yeah, just being able to establish, you know, your own rhythm and your own pattern without someone else being there to maybe necessarily guide you or give you feedback. You know, just figuring out the best way to do things without that person around.
Absolutely. And I think there's kind of two parts to what you just said. The first is sort of redefining for yourself, figuring out how you do things. And then the second thing is, how do you work with that other person?
Definitely.
But I think there were some good opportunities that allowed you to grow a little bit.
For sure. Yeah, I feel like, you know, I'm able to set my own process on my own terms like how I want to do things, and, you know, like, I was very happy with the work that I was doing and being able to work with Peter and collaborate together, but it's kind of given me an opportunity to look within my process and be able to evaluate the work that I'm doing and have a more like hands-on approach instead of, you know, I complete the work and then I hand it off to somebody else. It's more of a holistic, you know, building website and not necessarily having someone to be like, okay, now you do this and now you do this. So
Yeah, and I think that's really good for you. You know, we were very fortunate at Round Peg. We had our senior web designer Peter with us for 7 years, and so we all developed habits. And he and I chatted a lot as his time was winding down about delegating more and training more. And even in his parting notes, I think he said that he probably could have delegated a little bit more. And I think that's, as a business owner, the big thing is to always be watching and making sure that everyone on your team starts to develop a little more independence.
Sure.
So what other advice, if any, would you have for someone who is in this situation where they need to adapt?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would stress having that personal accountability to completing a project, as well as, you know, knowing and being able to manage your own time. You know, obviously you want to get things done as like quickly and great as you possibly can, but life gets in the way. And so being able to kind of keep all of the plates spinning at the same time, I think, is a challenge, but definitely something that you can grow and learn from, for sure.
Awesome. Okay, so if you'd like to follow Melanie's adventures as she steps out a little bit more on her own within Round Peg, be sure to look for her blog on roundpeg.biz. This has been another episode of the video version of More Than a Few Words. We'll see you next week.